This morning, I introduced articles of impeachment against Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. I am proud to have the support of almost 70 members of Congress already from all across the country. We'll be impeaching Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem. Secretary Noem has violated the Constitution, and she needs to be held accountable for terrorizing our communities. I want to tell her right now, Secretary Noem, you have violated your oath of office, and there will be consequences. I am watching you. Members of Congress are watching you. The American people, most importantly, are watching you.
Trump's worst nightmare is becoming reality, and he can't stop it. Impeachment momentum is building in ways he never expected. Not just talk, not just threats. Actual articles of impeachment being filed. Actual members of Congress signing on. Actual movement toward votes that could destroy his presidency. And it's not even just about Trump anymore. His entire cabinet is being targeted. Kristi Noem just got hit with 3 articles of impeachment. Over 70 members of Congress have signed on already, more joining every day. Count climbing toward 218 votes needed to impeach. And what they're charging her with is absolutely devastating. Obstruction of Congress, violation of public trust, self-dealing worth $200 million, all documented, all proven, all building toward moment when Noem gets impeached and Trump realizes he's next. But real quick, before we get into this, let's be honest. You can't really trust mainstream media anymore. That's why we built Patrick Smith Show to bring you real stories, real context, and no corporate spin. If you want to stay ahead of the headlines, please subscribe because you might think you are but aren't. Your subscription actually matters here. Alright, let's get into what's happening because this impeachment momentum is real and it's accelerating. Representative Robin Kelly from Illinois just filed 3 articles of impeachment against Kristi Noem. Not threatening to file, not considering filing. Actually filed them. Official articles introduced in House of Representatives. And over 70 members have already signed on as co-sponsors. That's massive support right out of gate. Shows this isn't one angry Democrat. This is coordinated effort with broad backing. Share this video with everyone you know because 3 articles Kelly filed are comprehensive indictment of Noem's entire tenure as Homeland Security Secretary. Article 1 is obstruction of Congress. Noem has issued orders blocking members of Congress from conducting oversight at ICE facilities, even though federal law gives Congress that right. Even though members have had access for over 15 years, Noem just decided to block them, ordered ICE to deny entry, violated congressional authority, and federal judge is already demanding answers. Judge Gia Cobb in District of Columbia wants to know exactly what funds Noem is using illegally to block congressional oversight. That's judge saying Noem is breaking law, using taxpayer money to obstruct Congress, and demanding she explain herself. When federal judge is questioning your funding and calling your actions illegal, you're in serious trouble. Article 2 is violation of public trust. This one covers everything we've been documenting about ICE operations, ordering agents to operate in rogue fashion, denying due process rights, conducting arrests without warrants, violating civil liberties systematically, all culminating in murder of Renee Nicole Good. That's an impeachment article. ICE agent murdering American citizen, Noem calling her terrorist, pattern of lawlessness that violated public trust. Think about what that means. Article 3 is self-dealing, and this one is absolutely explosive. Noem directed $200 million federal contract to friends without competitive bidding. Contract went to company called Strategy Group, run by husband of Noem's Homeland Security spokesperson Tricia McLaughlin and by Corey Lewandowski, Noem's advisor. They got $200 million to produce recruitment ads showing Noem in cosplay warning migrants to leave country. That's corruption. That's using government resources to enrich associates and boost personal image. Make sure you're subscribed to Patrick Smith Show, because let me break down why this $200 million contract is such obvious corruption. Strategy Group run by McLaughlin's husband and Lewandowski. McLaughlin is person who stands at podium defending Noem's actions, claiming ICE isn't violating rights, saying operations are necessary, telling Americans don't believe their lying eyes. She's paid spokesperson, and her husband's company gets $200 million government contract from agency she speaks for. That's textbook conflict of interest. That's steering government money to family and friends. And Lewandowski's involvement makes it even worse. He's MAGA operative who Trump threw out of administration. Too controversial even for Trump after allegations of sexual misconduct and inappropriate relationships. But Noem kept him as advisor and gave his company $200 million in taxpayer money. No competitive bidding, no proper process, just direct award to cronies. What did they produce for $200 million? 9 recruitment ads. 9. That's over $22 million per ad. 4 recruitment videos showing Noem in tactical gear warning migrants. That's not legitimate government spending. That's propaganda operation using taxpayer money to build Noem's personal brand and enriching her friends in process. Exactly what impeachment was designed to address. Now let me explain how impeachment process works and why this matters for Trump. Need 218 votes in House to impeach. Same number needed for Epstein files discharge petition that succeeded. With Democratic leadership and few Republican crossovers, getting to 218 is achievable. Might tap out at 205 or 208 before midterms. But that's still significant. That's 200 members of Congress saying cabinet secretary should be impeached. And after 2026 midterms, when Democrats likely take House, those numbers change completely. If Democrats get majority, impeachment passes easily. Noem gets impeached, then goes to Senate for trial. Needs 67 votes to remove from office. That's much harder. Even with great midterms, Democrats might get 52, 53, 54 seats. Still need 10 or more Republicans to cross over. That's tall order. But here's what matters. Even if Senate doesn't convict, impeachment itself is devastating. Forces Republicans to vote on record defending Noem, defending $200 million corruption, defending obstruction of Congress, defending Renee's murder. Those votes become campaign issues. Democratic candidates run ads showing Republicans protecting corrupt official. That has electoral consequences. And this is just beginning. Legal experts say if Noem gets impeached, Trump is next. Pattern is identical. Trump obstructs Congress. Trump violates public trust. Trump engages in self-dealing with government resources. Everything Noem is charged with, Trump has done on larger scale. So impeaching Noem sets precedent, establishes that these actions warrant removal, makes impeaching Trump next logical step. Trump knows this. That's why he's panicking. That's why he told Republicans at January 6th retreat that losing midterms means impeachment. He sees what's happening with Noem, sees articles being filed, sees support growing, sees momentum building, and knows he's next target. Knows that if Democrats take House, impeachment articles against him get filed immediately, and this time they might have votes to pass. Think about what that means. Now, let me talk about political strategy behind this. Some people say impeaching Noem before midterms is futile, say numbers aren't there, say it's waste of time. But that misses point. This is about building record, about establishing pattern, about making corruption and lawlessness central campaign issue for 2026. It's like baseball Hall of Fame voting. Sometimes players don't get in on first ballot, takes multiple tries, but eventually those who deserve it get inducted. Same with impeachment. May not succeed first time, but each attempt builds momentum, adds signatures, increases pressure, makes it harder for Republicans to defend, until eventually you have votes needed. And calling it Hall of Shame instead of Hall of Fame is perfect framing. These officials don't deserve honor, they deserve accountability. And even if impeachment doesn't result in removal immediately, it marks them, stains their legacy, shows American people that their conduct was so egregious that hundreds of Congress members voted to remove them. Democrats are smart to start now rather than waiting for midterms, because starting now means building momentum, means forcing votes before elections, means making Republicans defend corruption while campaigning. That's political gold. Every Republican who votes against impeaching Noem for $200 million self-dealing becomes target in their own race. Opponent runs ads saying they protected corruption. That costs votes. And it's not just Noem. Legal experts predict Pete Hegseth will be next. Then Trump himself. Then maybe Pam Bondi if she's still around, though insiders say she won't be. Trump has been publicly disrespecting her, undermining her authority, treating her like subordinate rather than attorney general. Prediction is she's out soon, and Todd Blanche becomes AG. That would be fourth attorney general in Trump's presidency. Shows chaos and dysfunction. But whoever replaces Bondi faces same impeachment threat if they engage in same conduct. Obstruct Congress, violate public trust, use government resources for personal benefit. Those are impeachable offenses regardless of who commits them. So Trump can't solve problem by replacing people. He has to stop engaging in impeachable conduct, and he's proven he can't do that. Share this video because now let's talk numbers and what's realistic. Over 70 members signed on to Noem impeachment already. That's strong start. Democratic caucus has 212 members currently, so 70 represents about third of caucus. Need to get remaining Democrats on board plus handful of Republicans. That's achievable especially as more evidence emerges. Federal judge already questioning Noem's funding for blocking oversight. That's judicial backing for obstruction article. Video of Renee's murder and Noem's lies about it provides evidence for violation of public trust article. Contract documents showing strategy group got $200 million proves self-dealing article. Evidence exists. Just need political will to act on it. And political will is growing because Trump's approval keeps falling, because ICE terror tactics are unpopular, because voters are angry about corruption and abuse of power, because members who vote to protect Noem face electoral consequences, all creating an environment where impeachment becomes not just possible but necessary. Republican members in competitive districts are doing math. Is defending Noem worth losing their seats? Is protecting Trump worth destroying their careers? For some, answer will be no. They'll cross over. Vote for impeachment to save themselves politically. Might only be 2 or 3, but that's enough to show cracks in Republican unity. To prove this isn't purely partisan. And after midterms, numbers shift dramatically. If Democrats take House with even narrow majority, impeachment becomes certain. Articles get filed day 1. Hearings happen immediately. Votes scheduled quickly. Noem gets impeached. Trump gets impeached. Whole administration faces accountability that's been missing. Senate trial is different challenge. Need 67 votes to convict. That requires significant Republican defections even with Democratic majority, but not impossible, especially if evidence presented in House hearings is as damaging as Democrats claim, especially if public pressure builds during trial, especially if some Republicans decide standing with Constitution matters more than standing with Trump. Think about what that means. Let me explain why this impeachment momentum terrifies Trump more than his other legal problems. Court cases can drag on for years. Appeals get filed, delays happen, trials get postponed, he can run out clock. But impeachment is political process that moves on Congress's timeline, not court's timeline. If Democrats have votes, impeachment happens quickly. No appeals, no delays, just up or down vote. And impeachment affects his ability to govern immediately, creates constant crisis, dominates news coverage, forces Republicans to choose sides publicly, divides his party, weakens his authority. Even if Senate doesn't convict, damage is done. He becomes third president ever impeached twice. First to be impeached while already impeached before. Historical stain that never goes away. Plus, impeachment for conduct in second term is different than impeachment for first term conduct. First impeachment was about Ukraine and actions before he left office. These potential impeachments would be about current conduct, about things he's doing right now, about ongoing pattern of lawlessness, much harder to dismiss as partisan revenge for past actions. And testimony in impeachment hearings could provide evidence for criminal prosecutions. Witnesses testifying under oath about Trump's conduct. Documents entered into record. Pattern of criminality established. All becoming evidence prosecutors can use. So impeachment isn't just political threat. It's potential source of criminal evidence against him. Bottom line is Trump is facing impeachment momentum he can't stop. Noem just got hit with 3 articles. Over 70 members signed on. Count climbing toward 218. After midterms, when Democrats likely take House, impeachment becomes certainty. Not just Noem. Trump himself. Hegseth. Maybe Bondi if she's still there. Whole administration facing accountability. 3 articles against Noem are obstruction of Congress, violation of public trust, and self-dealing. Obstruction because she blocked congressional oversight of ICE facilities. Federal judge already questioning legality of that. Trust violation because she ordered ICE to operate lawlessly. Arrest without warrants. Denying due process. Murder of Renee. Self-dealing because she gave $200 million contract to friend's company. Strategy group run by her spokesperson's husband and Corey Lewandowski. For 9 recruitment ads. No competitive bidding. That's corruption. That's impeachable. And it's documented. Federal judge involved. Evidence clear. Support growing. Momentum building. Even if impeachment doesn't pass before midterms, it becomes campaign issue. Forces Republicans to defend corruption, creates electoral consequences, and after midterms when Democrats have majority, articles get filed and voted on immediately. Trump knows he's next, knows same charges apply to him, knows his conduct worse than Noem's, knows that impeaching her sets precedent for impeaching him. So he's panicking. Told Republicans losing midterms means impeachment, knows it's coming, knows he can't stop it. Only question is timing. This is Trump's worst fear. Not court cases he can delay, not fines he can refuse to pay, but political accountability through impeachment that he can't escape. That moves on Congress's timeline. That creates immediate crisis. That damages his authority. That stains his legacy forever. And it's happening. Articles filed, support growing, momentum building. Impeachment coming whether he likes it or not. This story continues. Stay tuned.